All right, you guys, welcome to Tuesday Night Zoom. I am so glad that you guys are plugged in. Congratulations for plugging in because that is half of the battle won. Being present is one of the best things that you can do for your business. Being plugged in is one of the best things that you can do for your business. I've got a lot to talk to you tonight, which is kind of ironic because about an hour ago, I couldn't think of what to talk about, but I went to our leadership team and they gave me a bazillion ideas. So we're going to do kind of a rapid fire. Hopefully it all makes sense to you. Hopefully it's cohesive. Um, First thing though that I do want to talk about, so let's see, what was it? Oh, so Thrivepalooza, they actually extended the early registration, and when you register early, you get $25 in Thrive credits um back essentially. So if you haven't got your Thrivepalooza ticket and you're wanting to go, you should definitely do that because you want to get those credits. Again, we have a house. So we have an Airbnb. It fits like 11 people, so we will have plenty of room. And if we overflow, I guess we'll figure it out. But the Airbnb will be first come first serve. I have a list of people, and once we hit 11 people, then we've maxed out. So go ahead and get your tickets, figure out, how to get there, how to be there. It's really, really I don't know. I don't know how to describe Thrive-Palooza. It's different than anything else that we do. So it's different in the sense that you just absorb not only this just infectious energy and momentum, you absorb all of this knowledge. So if you think about it, Thrive-Palooza is not only a conference, it's a conference about how to be successful in this business. So, while going on lifestyle getaways is amazing and fun and awesome, I mean, who doesn't like to go on free vacations? At the same time, Thrive-Palooza is different because Thrive-Palooza is geared towards growing your business and growing the momentum that you already have. So, as far as what what you can do for your business, that should be at the top of your list is attending Thrive-Palooza because you will walk away not only with new strategies, you will just walk away with this new appreciation for what is possible in this business, and it really, really does change your outlook on that. So it's just jam-packed full of good stuff. It's really fun, really exciting, lots of energy, and it's really just great to get in an arena full of like-minded people. So that's good. I think it's the 8th and 9th of April, if I remember correctly. But yeah, the early registration was extended. Um, okay. Your leadership team had a lot of things that they wanted to talk about, so I had to kind of pick and choose. But one of the first things that came up, and these things tie together. So, how do we get people to create free accounts? How do we turn those free accounts into ordering customers? And how do we get people to stop being wishy-washy or thinking about it forever? So those three things in my mind all tie together because one, the best way to get free accounts, in my opinion, I have a love-hate relationship with free accounts. And the reason I have a love-hate relationship with free accounts is because I think if we get in the mindset of, well, I just need to sign people up with a free account, we lose sight of the goal, right? And I've done that before. I remember last year, um, around December, Paul gave this kind of call to action, and he was like, "You need to get 100 free accounts." And I mean, I was doing everything in my power to get those 100 free accounts. I didn't even know why he was telling me to go get 100 free accounts, but I was going to do it. And one thing that I learned from that was I was losing sight of what free accounts were supposed to do. And free accounts are supposed to turn into thrivers. So, in my opinion, there's really no point in going out there and saying, everybody who gives me their email address is going to go in a drawing for a $10 Amazon gift card. Well, they don't even know why they're giving you their email address. I mean, yeah, right now we have a promotion going on for $2 in free credits, but at the same time, again, this is just my opinion. those free accounts should turn into ordering customers. So how do we get the free accounts, but how do we turn the free accounts into ordering customers? In my opinion, the best way to do that is sampling. Okay. And I know a lot of you are like, oh my gosh, I can't even get samples out the door. Okay. Well, let's break that down a little bit. How often are you posting about samples? Are you posting the same thing over and over again? Are you talking in your stories about the fact that you have samples? Are you posting a picture of you at the post office holding all of these packages that are samples ready to go? Are you maybe doing a giveaway for a free sample? Do a giveaway post and say, everybody who comments with their favorite emoji below is going to go in a drawing for a free 3-day sample of Thrive, or a 3-day happy pack, or whatever you want to call it. There you're going to get those free accounts. Make everybody who enters the drawing create a free account. Just tell them this is 100% not a commitment. This is just how I keep track of everybody. I need you to create this free profile. Don't call it an account. Call it a profile. Don't call it a customer profile. Just call it a profile. Don't freak people out and make them think that they're getting a commitment, because in reality, they're not. That's the amazing thing about our company. A free customer profile is not a commitment. Okay. So do a giveaway. There's so many ways that you can talk about sampling. And I feel like we get fixated on one. And if the one way is not working, what's the point? Right. So if you're like, Lydia, I've done all of those things and I still can't get samples out the door, message me. We'll figure something out. We'll break it down. But I guarantee you that you're not doing all of the things. One of the best ways that I get samples out is I post about them in my stories. I'll go live very briefly in my stories and just say, hey, you guys, I'm headed to the post office. I've got some extra samples packaged up. Spoiler alert, I don't even send my samples through the post office. I send them from the cloud office. But the fact of the matter is I have a whole bunch of cloud office samples, so I'm going to tell them about it. But I'm going to put it in layman's terms and say, hey, you guys, I'm headed to the post office. I've got a whole bunch of samples ready to send out. I could go into a whole bunch of details about why you need this, but point blank, if you are tired of feeling the way that you're feeling, this is what you need. Drop your name below if you want one. And then I'll put the little, box or whatever, or a poll or whatever to get people these samples. That's super effective for me. I just had another thought in my head, but I can't remember what it was. So the other thing, as far as sampling goes, okay, well, how do you turn a sampler into an ordering customer? First of all, you can't just send the sample and then never talk to them again. It's your job to make sure that the sample got there. It's your job to make sure that they understand not to do extra caffeine and to drink lots of water. It's your job to follow up at the end of day 1. It's your job to follow up on day 2. This is what I do. If someone is, whether they are like loving the product on day 2 or whether they're just like, yeah, it's going okay, I immediately on day 2 in the afternoon, I will tell them, okay, so here's what I like to do for people who are enjoying the product. It's day 2. I don't want you to have to go without this system. So I recommend that we get your order in for your 4-week experience. This is just what I do. I offer a $15 discount for new customers on the 4-week experience. And I would love to get that on the way for you because our shipping is very fast. So you won't have to go without the products for very long. I don't want to wait until the end of day 3 to do the ask. And that's the other thing that, it was posted in the leaders chat. How do we get people to stop waiting forever to order? Well, in my opinion, that's the art of the ask. People will wait forever unless you ask. Okay. And some leaders are more aggressive than others. It really just has to fit your personality. But this goes for sampling. It goes for orders. It goes for customer profiles, whatever. You need to ask. Stop waiting for them to give you the green light. Just ask. And what I mean by ask is, and like I said, some leaders are different than others. I think it's Chastity Marie. Her ask is, so what do we need to do to get you thriving? Like, period. Like, what do we need to do to get you thriving? Ask the question. Steffi G, she doesn't even ask. She just tells them. But again, that's her personality. She will literally just say like, all right, bitch, like, let's get your order in. Like, but that's Steffi G. Like, it has to fit your personality. For me, I'm I'm very rhythmic about it. On day one, I'm checking in, I'm seeing how it's going, I'm troubleshooting if we need to. Day two, I'm checking in, how's it going? And then on the end of day two, okay, we need to get your order in because I don't want you to have to go without this product. Okay, I need you to create this customer profile because this is how I send out my samples. I don't tiptoe around it. I don't ask them to create a customer profile. I tell them to create a customer profile. You're not getting a sample from me unless you do this. And it's not like I'm being aggressive about it. I'm just telling them what to do. Here, you want a sample of these products? Awesome. Go here, create a free customer profile. This is not a commitment, but it's how I send my samples. I have never had anybody question me about that. I have never had anyone say, oh, I don't want to create a customer profile to get a sample. Never. Never. Because I just tell them, this is not a commitment, but this is how I send my samples. Period. And they don't question that because that's the honest to God truth. It's not a commitment. It's just how I send my samples. On day two, I want to get this product in your hand. I offer a $15 discount. We need to get it on the way to you so you don't have to go without it. Let's get your order in. Sometimes people come back and say, oh, yeah, I mean, I'm liking it, but I'm just not ready to commit. Okay, awesome. Let me know how day three goes. You know, you guys, one of the hardest things to learn in this business is to not waste your time. I think this is why a lot of people get burnt out on network marketing in general. Again, just an assumption, just my opinion. But I think a lot of people get burnt out because they spend all of their time begging people to do something that those people aren't ready to do. So, you know, I use the example of that order that I got in yesterday. Yes, she only ordered Activate. But you know what? That girl was literally someone who had reached out to me in like July. Okay. And at some point, I just went, I'm done trying. Like, I'm not going to beg you to place an order because that's exhausting. I could be utilizing my time somewhere else in my business. I could be getting more samples out. I could be doing follow-ups with people who are not ghosting me. I could be doing reach outs. I could be posting. I could be making reels. I could be doing all of these other things rather than spinning my wheels and begging you to place an order that you're obviously not ready to do. Okay. So then the way that it happened was she posted in her stories. She popped up on my stories and I was interacting in my stories. I commented that the picture she had posted was beautiful because it was. She said, thank you. And I said, hey, we never got you thriving. Are you still interested in the products? I made the ask. And she said, yeah, honestly, I am still interested. I just don't really know what to order. And we had a conversation about that. And she said that, you know, it really wasn't in her budget to do X, Y, and Z. So we took it down to X. And I still got the order. I still have a new customer. I still upped my PPA. And she has a product on the way that I'm sure is going to give her a boost and is going to make her interested in the other products. So, you know, I could have burned that bridge by begging. Period. I could have burned that bridge by begging because when you beg, it's annoying. You will annoy people if you are begging. If you are assertive and know when to just leave it, you will be effective in this industry. And that's why I think so many people get burnt out on this is because they spend all their time, you know, obviously we want our close friends and our family to thrive. But if I spent all of my time begging my best friends from college to try thrive, I would ruin the friendship and I would be wasting my time. So I don't worry about it. If they ever decide to ask me about it, that's great. But I think we fixate on the one or two people that were curious that we actually burn the bridge because we get annoying. So the art of the ask is important because the ask will tell you if someone is ready or not. If I ask on day 2 of a sample and I say, let's get your order in. I don't want you to go without this product. Let's do your 4-week experience. I have a $15 coupon for you. Are you ready to go? And they go, yeah, I'm just not ready to commit yet. Awesome. That to me is my signal to leave it be for a little bit. Am I never going to follow up with that person? Obviously not. I'm going to follow up with them at some point. But am I going to spin my wheels and beg them to place an order today? No. They've already told me. But I know because I asked. If someone is not willing to create a free profile to get a sample, you have your answer. They're not that interested in the product. They wanted to get a freebie. If they're not willing to take the simple step of creating a free customer profile that has absolutely zero commitment to get a sample, you have your answer. They're not interested. They just wanted a freebie. If someone is not willing to pay you $15 to $25 for a 3-day sample, I don't care what you charge for them. I charge $15 and I send them from the cloud office. If someone says to me, oh, I didn't want to have to pay for it, okay, then you must not be very interested in the products and I'm not going to waste my time. Your time is valuable. And the moment you begin to realize how valuable your time is, you will start to attract people who will respect your time. I fully, wholeheartedly believe that. And I will scream it from the rooftops for you. The moment you start respecting your own time and you start respecting your own platform and your own business is the moment when you will start attracting people who also respect it. If you spend all of your time begging, you will attract beggars. Period. The way you act is the way you attract. Okay. Sorry, Mabel. I just saw your comment. Let me pull it up. Give me a 2 in the chat if what I'm dropping you're picking up. How do you tell them nicely it's not free? Okay, well, I never allow people to assume my product is free. And I would say that's all in verbiage. Okay, so, okay, let's just run this. Let's just run this down. Okay, say that I posted, I'm just going to give you an example, and this is how I do it. And we're going to talk about samples. Okay, we're going to talk about samples because it's an easy way to run through this. So say I post in my stories, hey, you guys, I'm headed to the post office. You've got to try these products. If you're tired of feeling sick and tired, you need to try this, period. Drop your name below if you want me to send you a sample. And I have Suzy puts her name down. And so this is literally verbatim what I will say. I literally have it text replacement in my phone for this exact conversation. I don't type this out every time. I have text replacement for it. This is exactly what I will say. Hey, Suzy, I would love to send you a sample. How long have you been following my Thrive journey? And Suzy says, oh, I've been watching you for like a couple months and it just seems like something that would really help me. Awesome. The bread and butter of the Thrive experience is the 3 steps: capsules, shake, and patch. And it's a targeted release system that will address all of your nutritional gaps. And my favorite part is that it's so simple, you can get it done in your first 20 minutes of the day. If you want to do this in voice memos, do that. And then she'll respond, awesome. Well, my health goals are I want to lose 20 pounds and I want to get my digestive health under control. Regardless of what that person says their health goal is, my next response is verbatim. It sounds like Thrive is going to be the missing piece for you. Because it is. It doesn't matter what their health goal is. It goes in and it fills your nutritional gaps. It literally addresses everything, right? It doesn't matter whether they tell me they want mood support. It doesn't matter whether they tell me they want more energy. It doesn't matter if they tell me they want to lose 20 pounds. It sounds like Thrive is going to be a missing piece for you. And she says, okay, I'd love to try it. Now, and if you want to, you're going to have to go back and watch the recording if you want my verbiage on this, because I'm just going to roll with this. I'm telling you exactly how this conversation will look. In a voice message, I will tell Suzy this. So I would love to send you a sample. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with samples. I love them because it's a great way for you to get your hands on the product, see it, touch it, taste it for 3 days. And I charge $15 for those samples just to cover the cost of my product and the shipping. However, the real magic happens in the 4-week experience. So what I do is I offer my new customers a $25 discount for their 4-week experience. So you can either pay $15 for your 3-day sample, or we can do $25 off your 4-week experience. Which one would you like to do? And I just tell them, because that's the truth. It's the truth. Not everybody sees magical results in 3 days. I want to get the 4-week experience in their hand, right? I want them to commit to this for 30 days because that's when we're going to start to see the real changes. So in that voice message, I have told them, you can get a discount if you do a 4-week experience, or you can pay $15 for your sample. Now, say Suzy responds and says, oh, I don't have $15 for a sample. Okay, well, if you don't have $15 for a sample, you frankly don't have $150 for a 4-week experience, right? Like, let's just be honest. Again, respect your time. Respect your time. Also, sorry for my kids screaming in the background. They're actually fine. They're having a tickle fight. But I mean, that just tells me all that I need to know. I'm not going to waste any more time on Suzy if she's essentially telling me, oh, I just wanted it for free. Okay, well, it's not free. Now, if Suzy responds and says, I think I just want to start with the sample. Awesome. Let's get you a sample. Go ahead and create a free profile here. This is not a commitment. It's just how I send my samples. Would you prefer to do Messenger Pay, or would you prefer to do PayPal? So again, I'm reiterating that you are not getting this for free. Okay. Now, if she stops responding, that answers my question. Or if she tells me Messenger Pay, awesome. Create that free profile and then we'll get connected on Messenger. Okay. Now, if Suzy responds and she says, well, how much is the 4-week experience? I will do my good, better, best. Okay. If you are not familiar with good, better, best, you need to reach out to your upline because I swear by that system. But essentially what it is I say, well, let me give you some options of different packages that you can choose from. So good would be the 3-step experience, just across the board 3-step experience, which it used to be $150. I don't know what it is now with the different changes, but the price changes are just throwing me off. So good is the 3-step experience, $150. Better is, maybe I'll do the 3 steps with Black Label, and that would be, X amount. Better or best would be Black Label with gut health because Suzy wanted to lose 20 pounds and get her gut health right. That would be the best option. And then at the very bottom, I would say this is a full 4 weeks of everything, and it does not include the $25 new customer discount. And again, you guys, I have credits that I use for that. I will even convert commissions to credits, like maybe I'll do $100 off of my commissions or $20 off my commissions and convert them to credits so that I always have credits to use for this exact thing. I, without fail, offer new customers a $25 discount. I just do. I like to do that. Okay. I like to. And it often results in an upsell. If they know they're getting $25 off, they're more likely to go with the better or the best option because they know they're going to get $25 off. Okay. So that's what I'll tell Suzy. And if Suzy's like, I'm just not really sure if I'm ready to spend that much money, so I want to try it first. Awesome. Again, go ahead and set up your free customer profile. Would you prefer to pay on PayPal or Messenger Pay? That's just what I use. If you use Venmo or whatever, that's totally up to you. But, hopefully that helps you guys. I am literally the entire time I am communicating with a potential, I am putting importance on my product and I am putting importance on my time. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I am not going to chase you around the bush. Okay. Here's what it is. Here's what it costs. Here's your options. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? And if maybe they don't respond, maybe they see my message. Guess what? I'll follow up tomorrow. I'll jump in their inbox and I'll say, hey, Suzy, I hadn't heard back from you. I'm following up on our conversation from yesterday. Okay. So it's not like I just immediately drop them if they don't respond. I still follow up. My rule of thumb for follow-ups, if they see/read my message 3 times in a row and they don't respond to me, I stop. That to me is like the magic number. If I try to follow up with them 3 times, whether it's over a week, whether it's over 2 weeks, whether it's over a month, if I try to follow up with them 3 times and they do not respond to me, I let it go. Do I let them go forever? No, because that girl from earlier this week is an example of that. However, I had an opening because she did respond to me. She responded to my comment about her photo. And so I just made the ask. I didn't beat around the bush. I made the ask. Hey, we never got you thriving. Are you still interested in the products? And it opened the door to that conversation. So hopefully that helped. Stop tiptoeing around the goal. It's not a secret what your goal is. If they're in your inbox asking about the products, they better be aware of the goal. The goal is to get them on the products. So stop tiptoeing around it and trying to be gentle and let them make the decision to order the products. No, you make the decision for them. Okay? You make the decision for them. Hey, you can't. Hey, go back. Oh, hey, kiss it. Let me kiss it. Okay, go back out. Oscar, don't push. Sorry, you guys. Ivy's naked, so I have to turn the camera. Go with daddy. Come on. Go with daddy. No, don't push on my desk, please. Go with daddy. I love you. Oscar's in the opinionated stage where if he doesn't want to do something, he throws himself on the floor. Super fun. So anyway, stop tiptoeing around it. You know what the goal is. They know what the goal is. Okay. That if they're in your inbox asking about the products, I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page as to what the goal is. Let's get you feeling better. Well, the way that I'm going to get you feeling better is I'm going to get you on the 3 steps. Okay. Don't be uber aggressive. There's a difference. There's kind of a line that you have to toe, unless you're Steffi G. If you're Steffi G, you can just be like, okay, bitch, like you're getting a black label system. Let's go give me your credit card information. Like that's just how she rolls. I don't roll like that. There's a line that I toe as far as, I want to make sure that I'm getting you the best products. I need to know a little bit about your goals. Here are your options. I give them the opportunity to choose the package that is best for them. I give them a choice. But the moment that they essentially tell me no, I respect that. I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to waste my time. My time is valuable. My product works. My product is efficient. My product is worth your time, worth your effort, worth your hard-earned dollar. And that's what I communicate. I communicate that in every form of communication. Okay. Go look at my stories on Instagram. My stories essentially communicate every single day. This is effective. This is something that you need. And this is something that you want. Everything that I do communicates those very simple facts. I am not going to beg you to jump in my inbox. However, I'm going to prove to you day in and day out, these products are effective, they are worth it, and they are something that you need. Period. Okay. The way that you act is what you attract. So if you are begging people to buy these products, you're attracting beggars. Period. And it goes for the same in your business. If you are not posting about the business opportunity, you're not going to attract people who are interested in the business opportunity. We might have to go plug in my phone in a minute, but which kind of brings me to my next point. So we're going to transition. If you're not talking about it or sharing about it, people don't have a clue. And I know that sounds kind of ambiguous, and I know it sounds kind of simple, but let's break it down. You can talk about something different pretty much every single day as far as Thrive goes. Maybe you're talking about the business opportunity and the community on Monday. Maybe that I actually used to have a schedule for that. I forgot that I did that. Have you guys ever heard of the color personalities? Polly, can you go look it up? What are the different color personalities? If Polly's still here, can you go do that, Polly? I feel like you'll do it the fastest.
Yep, I'm actually on my work computer, so it'll be fast.
Okay, so Polly will post that in the. There are different personalities, and they're represented by colors. And Polly, if you'll just like throw it in the chat, that would be great. So there's different personalities, and they each represent different colors. So you have some people who are more drawn towards community and friendship. You have some people who are drawn towards achieving a goal. You have some people who are attracted to money. You have anyway. What I used to do, I actually forgot that I did this. Day, and I would post about something that would pertain to that personality. Am I correct in thinking that yellows are like community and warm fuzzy feelings? Is that right? I think that's right.
Yeah, and I posted a different one. The one I post doesn't have the red, it has orange. So I'm gonna look for the red one. I'll post it again.
So for example, your yellow personalities, your yellow people, they want the warm fuzzy feelings. Okay. They want the community. They want I want a seat at the table. They want the friendships. They want all of those things. So on Monday, I'm going to make a post about all these amazing friends that I have with Thrive. I might post about a retreat that I've been on. I might post about a trip that's coming up. I might post about Thrive Palooza, but I am speaking to the yellows. Okay. Then on Tuesday, it's payday, right? So Tuesday, I'm going to talk to, is it my greens? Is it greens? Okay. So greens are money oriented. Okay. So on Tuesday, I'm going to be talking to my greens and I'm going to say, listen, okay, it started out being able to buy a chai latte. Now I'm doing everything that I want to do in a week. I get paid every single week to do this. You guys, I don't care if you're not making buku bucks right now. We've all been through that. We've all had ups and downs. Okay. I literally feel like my first paycheck with Thrive was like $15. And I don't think I started breaking like $100 paychecks until I really started like taking my business seriously, which was more than a year later. So it doesn't, but I was still talking about the business the whole time. Okay. Because that's a fact of the matter, whether it was paying for half of my groceries or half a tank of gas, or it got me a chai latte without me feeling guilty about spending money over a chai latte, that helped me. And maybe some people will roll their eyes and be like, oh, it's just a chai latte. It's only like $4. Yeah. Okay. Well, before, when we were a single income household, that $4, I would have felt guilty all day over it. That's just, seriously, that's how it was for me. And I'm willing to be transparent about that. I'm willing to be transparent with people about the fact that it pays for my groceries. If all Thrive was doing was paying for my groceries right now, I would be shouting it from the rooftops. Because guess what? I used to be on WIC. Okay. I know what it feels like to stand in line with all of those stupid checks that you have to store it out and you have to do 50 million transactions just to put food in your refrigerator. I know how frustrating that is. So guess what? I'm going to be talking to my greens, because if someone is a green and they are struggling financially, you can bet your ass that they're frustrated. And I'm going to be shouting it from the rooftops for my greens on payday saying, guess what? I didn't have to pay for my chai latte and I didn't have to be guilty about it. Guess what? Half of my groceries were paid for by my side hustle. Guess what? I put a tank of gas in my car and it didn't come out of our checking account, or it didn't come out of my husband's paycheck, whatever. But I'm going to be talking to my greens. Okay. Reds are like goal oriented. So, you could be talking about the fact that our company has a bonus right now that, if you're a new promoter and you sign up right now, we have the GPOT and we have our VIP bonuses. So you essentially could just be saying, like, you join my team right now, you can get over like $1,600 worth of commissions in 14 days. Like, that's talking to your reds. Okay. And then, what's the other one? Blues. What are blues? They're fun, right? Blues are fun or something. There's one of them that's just like fun. So again, talking about the community. If you've been on a retreat, you talk about the retreat. If you qualified for a retreat, talk about the fact that, you can go on 3 paid vacations a year. Again, you guys, I think one of the biggest frustrations that I have is people not posting enough because they're afraid to post about something that they haven't necessarily accomplished. And I cannot tell you how much that frustrates me, because if you're not talking about it, they don't know about it. Maybe you didn't hit your VIP bonuses, but guess what? We've got about 15 other people on this team who did. You could be reaching out to them, or you could just be shouting them out, sharing their Thrive testimony. Okay. You may not have an auto bonus, but guess what? We have people on this team who do. You could be talking about those people and talking about how, that's what you're going for. Maybe you haven't gone on a lifestyle getaway, but guess what? They're about to announce what the next one is. And you can just start sharing photos and be like, guess where I'm going in June? Like, guess where I'm going in June? Okay. I remember the first time that I posted about a lifestyle getaway, I didn't even qualify for it. I did not qualify. So the first lifestyle getaway that I was eligible for was Jamaica. And I didn't qualify for Jamaica because I wasn't a 12K. I had blocked out pretty much everything on that tracker except for the 12K, if I remember correctly. And I posted about that. I posted about it and I said, you guys, look how close I was to going on this lifestyle getaway with my team. My team's there now and they're having a freaking blast. But guess what? This is how close I was. And I've only been in this business for 6 months. I'm going on the next one. Like, there's so many ways that you can talk about these things, even if it's not right there within your grasp. And I think that's one of my biggest frustrations is I see, well, okay, I'm going to call you guys out. I think I literally only saw 2 Payday posts in the Thrive Hive today. Only 2 of you made Payday posts? You kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's Payday. I don't care if your commissions were $5. Again, that's your latte or whatever. Two people. Okay, Polly just did hers. 3 people. Three people. I damn know that there's more than 3 people on this team who earned commissions this week. Where are those posts? I feel like you guys get hung up. On, oh, well, my payday was only $15, so I can't post about that because I'm not making $500 a week yet. If I waited until I made $500 a week to be posting about Payday, guess what? I wouldn't be making $500 a week. I still wouldn't be. You will not attract people to this business opportunity unless you're talking about the business opportunity. You will not attract people to this community unless you're talking about the community. You will not attract people to the products unless you're talking about the results of the products. Give me a 4 in the chat if I'm talking to anybody. Because I will tell you, I know this is an area, and again, I always say this, but if I'm talking to you, you just have to have enough accountability to know that I'm talking to you. I don't know, if you, how do I put this? You have to have enough self-awareness to go, oh, she's talking to me. I'm not calling you guys out individually. That's not my job. That's not my job. But you have to have enough self-awareness to be able to say, I'm doing all the do. Okay. She's, dropping some hot stuff right now, but it doesn't apply to me in this particular moment because I'm doing the do. Or you have to have enough self-awareness to go, yeah, I could do better at that. Okay. So it's not for everybody. There are plenty of people on this team who are doing the do, and I see it. However, there are a lot of people who are not, and I also see it. And it's incredibly frustrating just from a leadership standpoint, not because it affects me in any way, but because I know the potential, right? I know how simple this is. I know what works. I've shown you what works. I show you daily what works. And then I still see people tiptoeing around their own opportunity, or tiptoeing around the results, or tiptoeing around the ask, or tiptoeing around talking about samples. You guys, again, if you're not talking about it, they don't know. They don't know you have samples unless you're talking about samples. They don't know that you have an amazing community of people to do life with unless you're talking about the amazing community of doing life with. Okay. They don't know that these products have incredible results unless you're posting incredible results. Maybe you don't have fantastic results photos yet. Guess what? There's an entire album in Building an Empire that has incredible results. Okay. Maybe they don't know that you get weekly commissions unless you're talking about weekly commissions. Frankly, that's your assignment for tonight. If you have not made a payday post today, I don't care whether your commissions were $5 or not, you better go make a payday post. Okay. Or I'm going to get on a plane and I'm going to be knocking down your damn door to find out why not. Because I know there are more than 3 people that earned commissions today. And you better post it in the Thrive Hive, and you better give everybody the opportunity to go and love on it. Okay. Because people don't know that there are other people being successful in this unless we're able to go and shout it from the rooftops with you. Okay. And maybe I get a little bit worked up about this, but frankly, we have an incredible team with incredible potential, but that incredible potential will never be realized unless we stop being mediocre. You have to make a commitment to stop being mediocre in your business, in your life, in your workouts, in your diet, at your job. You have to make a commitment to stop being mediocre and step up to the plate and swing for the fences. And the moment that you start swinging for the fences every single day, even though you will strike out sometimes, is the moment that you're going to have a batting average that's higher than everybody else. Okay. Check for the sports reference for the night. You're welcome. Okay. So moving on. Does everybody understand the assignment about making a payday post? Give me a 5. Give me a 5 if you're like, okay, fine, geez, like stop yelling at me. I get it. I'll go make a payday post. Okay, thank you. All right, wonderful. Lovely. Lovely. So there's 11 people on here, so I should see 11 payday posts without fail in there. Amanda, if you're thriving for free, you can talk about thriving for free. If you want to go find one of our payday posts, go post about someone else's. Okay, whatever, we can talk about that afterwards if you need ideas. But again, that's one of the biggest mistakes, is not talking about something just because you're afraid that you aren't good enough yet. You got to start being good now so that you can get better in the future. Okay. Let's talk about okay. So let's move forward into something a little bit different, but actually this kind of does tie into it. So I said before, they don't know about this community unless you're talking about this community. They don't know about the results unless you're talking about the results. They don't know that you have samples unless you're talking about samples. This is another mistake that I'm seeing happen. Your social media is not about you. And I know that sounds so contrary to what social media is. However, if you are trying to monetize social media, it cannot be about you. Okay? Yes, you're going to be on it, but one of the biggest mistakes that you can make is constantly talking about me, 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 me. Only posting selfies of you, 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 you. Only sharing about you, 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 you. Okay? When was the last time that, so I'll put a challenge out there. Those of you who have qualified for a retreat before, or those of you who have been to Thrivepalooza, when was the last time that you posted a picture about that experience and talked about the community? Stop sharing selfies of you. Start talking about the community. Stop sharing results photos of only you. Share about results from other people. Because there might be someone on your timeline who doesn't necessarily want Rachel Haycox's detox results. They might want Laura Lopez's muscles from Sculpt. Okay? It's not about you. And again, I get it. We get, we can get in that mentality of, I just have to show how happy I am. Okay, well, frankly, the interesting thing about social media is people don't show up. And I know this sounds harsh, but I've learned this. If there's one thing that has made me good at social media, and I will claim that. I will claim that. I am very good at social media. Like if you ever want social media advice, I will give it to you because I am claiming that. I'm very good at it. Okay. There are a lot of people who think they're good at it that they're actually not. I know I am. Okay. I think tonight I'm going to break 75,000 followers on TikTok. I have 11,000 followers on Instagram. There's a reason why people keep following me. And I know for a fact that this is why. I make all of my posts either relatable to other people, shareable for other people, or about how I can help other people. Okay. Very rarely am I posting a photo. So even for example, I made a post about me and Kenneth. It was our wedding photo. So like, I mean, that's like me, right? Like that's my wedding photo. But the caption for that was not about Kenneth and I. It wasn't, hey, look how beautiful my wedding was. Wasn't my wedding the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen in your life? Isn't my life so perfect? No, the caption was about the fact that marriage is hard. It got shared like over 1,000 times. Why? Not because of my wedding photo, not because it was about Lydia Kyle, because it was about the fact of something that other people could relate to. Okay. I don't care how pretty your selfie is. I don't care how pretty the filter is. I don't care how I just don't. If you're not making it about other people, people will not respond to it. People don't respond to vanity. They respond to people that they feel are relatable, that they feel are likable, and they feel like they are what's the word? What's the word? They're likable, they're relatable, and they're authentic. That's the word I was looking for. Again, kind of an overused word, but very, very relevant. Are you being authentic? You can be authentic to you. Like if your personality is, I'm not saying you have to have someone else's personality. I want you to have your personality, but how can your personality serve other people? Okay. How can your bubbly personality serve other people? How can your funny personality serve other people? How can your how can your dry humor serve other people? There's so many ways to do that, but I think we get lost in the mix. Social media is a really big ocean, you guys. It's really hard to stand out. It's even harder if you're not trying to create content that relates to other people. So I would challenge you to go look at your profile and ask yourself, am I adding substance to people's day? Because if you feel like, if you look at your social media and you're just repeating the same thing, I promise you, people are not absorbing your content. They're not reading the captions. They're not responding in the comments because they think it's almost like a subconscious reaction. They see you post and they go, oh, I already know what that's about. That's also why Lexi brought up a really great point in the leaders chat. We need to be posting more. We need to be posting about things that make us, that are not just Thrive. Like you don't want to just be a billboard for Thrive, right? Because again, it's that subconscious reaction. Oh, she must be posting about Thrive again. Scroll, right? Those two things go together. When you make a post, you want people to go, I wonder what she's talking about today. I'm just going to use this as an example. I just made a post on my Facebook about something funny that Evelyn said. Yes, it's about my kid. It's my life. It's my kid. However, I guarantee you, any parent that reads it is going to laugh because they know exactly what it's like to have a 4-year-old. And they say stuff like that all the time. Okay, so yes, it's my life. Yes, it's my kid. However, it's funny, right? It serves a purpose. funny serves a purpose to people. People need a serotonin hit. Okay. There's nothing wrong with being funny. I'm not saying that you need to be a therapist on your social media. Some of you are built for that. Some of you should do that because it will attract an audience. I was talking to someone, not on our team, but I was talking to someone about TikTok, and they were talking about I don't know how to, make my videos catchy, or like I'm not good at dancing, or I'm not good at being funny or whatever. And I said, so what are life experiences that you've had that can add value to people's life? Oh my gosh, this person has led an incredibly they have overcome so much. This person had overcome homelessness. This person had overcome abuse. This person had overcome drug addiction. Like, this person had overcome everything. And I just almost wanted to just like hug her and shake her at the same time, because it was like, oh my gosh, you could be helping so many people, but you're worried about doing a TikTok dance. Like, no, people don't want you to do a TikTok dance. People want you to offer insight into what it's like to leave an abusive relationship. People want you to offer insight into how you overcame homelessness. People want you to offer insight into what it's like to struggle with addiction. People don't care about you doing a TikTok dance. They care about substance. So what is something that you can add substance to people's day? What's something that you have experience with? And it doesn't always have to be pretty. Addiction and homelessness are not pretty. However, when that person begins sharing that authenticity with people, people will be attracted to that, because that person isn't in an active addiction and homelessness right now. They've overcome it. Do you struggle with self-esteem issues that you have overcome, or that you're actively working to overcome? Do you struggle with, I talk about this all the time, and this is something, so Laura, I know, I don't even know if Laura's still on, but so I know you were talking about the different ways that I talk about the business opportunity, and one of my kind of catchphrases is I talk about the fact that, I spent a lot of my life waiting to get invited to a table that I thought I wanted to be a part of, and I would never get invited to that table. Like, I literally have like actual instances of not being invited to a physical table because I didn't fit in. And I spent a lot of my life thinking that I was not worthy of the invitation. I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't funny enough. I wasn't smart enough. All of those different things. And yet now I've realized I was just built to create my own. And guess what? Everybody's welcome at my table. Come sit at my table. Okay. So I talk about the business opportunity in that sense of like, if you're not feeling welcome in the circle that you're in, build a new circle. But that's a life experience that I have led, that I am able to add substance to people's timeline, because I'm able to talk about feeling left out. I'm able to talk about, cultural gatekeeping in small towns. I'm able to talk about all of these things. So, stop worrying about being something that you're not. Be something that you are. And use those life experiences to add substance. Your social media is not about you. It's about how you can add value to other people's days. Sometimes it's not pretty. Sometimes it's hard stuff. But I promise you, the moment you start being authentic, it will change the game. Do you think so? And I'll move on when I tell you this. Do you think that it is fun for me to admit to people that there were times where I didn't even want to be a mom? Postpartum depression sucks. Like, big time. You don't like your kids. You don't like yourself. You don't like your spouse. You don't like any of it. Okay. Do you think that it's fun to admit to people that, yes, my kids were always safe. They were always loved. They were always clean. They were always fed. But yes, I would put them in their cribs and I would leave them there and I would go sit and stare at a wall. Do you know how that makes you feel as a mother? Terrible. And yet I am able to stand there and tell people that that happens. And there's a way out. It happens though. I have had people jump in my inbox. They're not even interested in Thrive, but they jump in my inbox and they say, "Thank you so much for talking about postpartum depression. Nobody talks about it. I wish someone would have talked about it when I was going through it." I have had women reach out to me who are decades older than me saying, "Thank you so much for talking about this issue. I wish people would have talked about it when I was going through it. We didn't have social media, but I wish people would have talked about this." That solidifies to me that I'm adding value to people's day. I don't care if they ever buy Thrive. Don't care. A lot of them will. But it solidifies to me that I'm adding value. I'm talking about something that I know postpartum depression because I lived it. You might know bullying because you lived it. You might know overcoming cancer because you lived it. You might know losing a loved one because you lived it. You might know horrible, damaging breakups because you lived it. None of those are pretty things. It's not about being pretty. It's about sharing your shared experience with the rest of the universe. Do you have to air out all your dirty laundry? No. I'm not asking you to go and make a Facebook post and say, "Oh my God, when I was in middle school, Katie Hall was terribly mean to me and disinvited me from a lunch date. And it drastically shaped my life because Katie Hall was mean to me in the 7th grade." No, but I can go to my page and say, when I was in middle school, someone tricked me into going to lunch on my birthday and acted like they were my friend so that I would buy lunch for them. And they were the popular girls. And it broke my heart when I realized that they weren't actually my friend. So guess what? Now that I'm an adult and I can reflect on that situation, I don't ever want anyone to feel excluded from a table. So I built my own. Did I have to call out Katie Hall for being mean to me in 7th grade? No, because Katie Hall is actually one of my social media followers now. But I'm still able to share the experience because I'm sure there's even someone on this Zoom right now going, "Oh my God, there was something like that happened to me in 7th grade. 7th grade sucks, guys." But drop a one. Are you picking it up? Am I just ranting? Hopefully I'm not just ranting, because that was a lot of wasted time if I was just ranting. Okay. Last thing I will say, and then we will close out. Well, you know what, Amanda, we're going to circle back to your question or your comment about talking about, like we do have a lot of new people on our team and you may not have a payday yet. Or maybe you didn't get a payday this week. That happens. There were so many times in my first year that there were weeks where I didn't have paydays, especially because we used to only have 3 auto ship dates. So there was almost always a week where there were no auto ships. If you didn't have any orders going, you didn't get a payday. How was I still talking about this company if I wasn't getting a payday? Why do you love this company? Why do you love these products? If you share about that, it shouldn't feel inauthentic. Why do you love it? Because here's the thing, your audience should match your why. Let me say that again. Your audience should match your why. My audience is 90% moms with young children. 90% of my audience is moms with young children. So when I post about having adult friends that I get to talk to every single day that love, I better hurry up because my phone's going to die. that love me, that understand the struggles of parenting, that I'm able to travel, that I'm able to put food on the table, that I'm not on WIC anymore. When I talk to that audience, they get it. When I tell them that my why is all of those different things, that I have friends, that I have a community, that I'm able to travel, that I have enough energy to parent my children, that I have the best physical body that I've had in a very, very long time. Okay. When I talk about that, it matches. My audience understands my why because my audience lives my why. If you're not a young mom and 90% of your audience is young moms, how are you going to communicate to them? They're not your audience. Your audience should understand your why. That's why you're not just building any network, you're building your network. Your why should match your audience. I know Lisa's 40K Zoom is happening right now. Rachel, thank you for reminding me. She's not even on anymore, but I want to give you guys time to hop off here and hop there. If you need any clarification on anything, let me know. Reach out. Go make those payday posts. Go forth and conquer. I am incredibly proud of you guys. I am always here for you. I don't know if you don't ask, reach out. Let's chat. Let's make a game plan. Let's go forth and just kill it for the rest of the week. All right. Hop on Lisa's 40K if you were in that group. Have an amazing night. Love you guys. Bye. How do I stop recording?